So I can make sure that my audio is not completely terrible. Okay, I think we're coming in. Okay, test 1, 2, 3. Okay, test 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think I'm audible. Okay, I think I'm audible. Alright, ladies, gentlemen, and others. We're back for another session of Dragon Quest because, well, it's the evening and I can't sleep enough. I mean, if I lie down to sleep, I'll probably get up at some weird hour and there'll be really nothing to do at that time. And the job hunt continues and has been going essentially nowhere. So, there's that. Okay. So I think I'm back in Gallopolis. And that there's actually a place I should be running to. Alright, I need to visit Gondolia again. Because, as it turns out, there's a book I missed there. I actually took some time to look some things up, and I'm trying to get a list of where all the crafting recipes and materials are. Because, I mean, part of it's just completionism, part of it's because I'd actually like to find all the things, just in general. Plus, you know, having more options to create your equipment and build new stuff, that's always important, isn't it? And thankfully, despite current events, Jasper's not still hanging around Gondolia, so I should be fine here. Once I get past this loading screen. Hey, Trash King. Oh, good to see you. And what, may I ask, were you thinking about this? Because I know I've had some opinions. I know you've had some opinions. Okay, so there it is, right there on the shelf. Gold platters, gold chain. Okay, a lot of gold stuff. If I make enough gold chains, I can turn into Mr. T. Yeah, I'm just my usual disembodied voice self. Since even if I could afford a cam right now, I wouldn't get one. Nobody needs to see this. Oh wait, I can just zoom to where I'm going. What the hell's wrong with me? Oh, yeah, well, I was kind of pacing around. I'm like, okay, well, you know, after a certain point in the day, it seems like sending out resumes isn't really going to be productive. I'm just like, I'm just really tightly wound lately. Especially, so like Friday, I messaged the incompetent, what's her name? The incompetent lady from the temp agency. And I basically just said, hey, you know, what's going on? When we talked Wednesday, you said you were going to look into this, you know, after her latest fuck up, and you'd get back to me. So she sends me an email saying, oh, I sent you an email on the 8th, or sorry, I sent you a voicemail on the 8th, and you never responded, so we went with another candidate. And I'm like, I literally called you back 4 minutes after you left that voicemail. So, she is not playing with a full deck. And I took the time to make sure I have documentation of everything. And if she ever calls me, I'm just turning on Google Voice's recording options so that she can't say that something said was or wasn't said. And I've got the emails and all the times she called and everything. So, it's like, she can't really play me for a fool. I really should just apply for her job. Like, send it to whoever runs the place. And say, hey, since she's clearly bad at everything she does, and literally should not be employed at anywhere other than, like, a McDonald's, here's my application. I don't know anything about the job, but I'm sure I can do it better than her. Mostly because I'm not a raging fucking idiot. So, I need to make sure to write all this down. I mean, I've got large portions of it written down, but put it in like a long-ass tweet or something that, you know, all the kids do these days or whatever. But, yeah, I just, wow. I mean, how fucking dare her? Oh, you never called me back. I'm like, I literally talked to you 4 minutes later, you clown. But other than that, I sent out a couple more applications at a different temp agency, which, so far as I can tell, is populated entirely by robots. So, I'm not expecting much from them. And then, what's the other one? Oh, I had an interview today, and it was maybe 10 minutes. We just kind of talked for a bit about the security business, and, you know, any of the issues I told him about, he's pretty familiar with. So, I'm hoping that goes well. I mean, the pay's alright, the hours are kind of but, I mean, it'd be better than what I'm making now, which is precisely fuck all. Oh, and my dude's paralyzed. Though he's shaking a lot for someone who's paralyzed. I'm not entirely sure how that works. Alright. Let's sizzle the Man of Wars. Repeat ad nauseum. Now let's see if she can cure. Ah, she can't. And there's no Moonwort Bulb in her inventory. Oh, that's frustrating. So, now that I've told my story for the day, how are you doing? I hear your weed fairy dropped by again. Oh, mid-heal. That's... Boy, that's high on the things high on the list of things I wish I could do right now. But everyone wants a drug test, so that ain't happening. Can certainly understand that. I think my brain just hates me in general. I really wish I knew how to unwind. You know? It's like I can sit in bed and read a book, sure. But eventually I just get like... Maybe there's another thing I can be doing? I've just, Oh, seriously? This is where I'm at? All the way back here? Man. Hey, that should take my focus up. Good. Oh, I need a pitch pearl, and I don't know where to get those. And I'm short on pink pine. Oh, hey, I can make this. Wow. Oh, this is going to turn out perfectly. So I used to wonder, I had a coworker at my old security job. Actually, this was a few guys I worked with. For the forging? Yeah, I could see that. Alright. A little rest until morning. I got you. But a few guys I've worked with in security, you know, they were retired and they basically just picked up the job not because they needed the money, but out of sheer boredom. And until I wasn't working, I had no idea that that was a real thing. I thought they were just strange people. Now I'm just like, oh, so this is what it's like to be totally fucking crazy. Okay, and I once again forgot to... Okay, main screen turn on. There we go. Okay, I did not realize that that dock was the Emerald Coast again. It's weird. I think I did my best work writing code when I was getting up every hour to walk around the building and then sit back down again. It's really counterintuitive. But I was doing okay when I was doing that. Oh, hey, what's this? Totally understandable. I remember reading that Winston Churchill started building walls. He started doing brickwork at home. He was like, I can't believe people get paid for this. This is so soothing. Okay, let's dazzle the squid kids. Yeah, indeed. If you're doing work, you should get paid. Oh, hey, I'm back to normal. Let's kill some squid. Okay, best bang since the big one. I didn't even kill that thing. Yeah. Well, I mean, even my call center job wasn't that bad. It was just the people who kept calling in. It's like, come on, people. Sort your taxes out before the 15th. I wish that didn't need to be said, but... Oh. Oh, is that Zwarzrust? Well, I guess I'm going there. Yeah. Yeah, when it gets in a rush, I mean, at least you can kind of lose yourself in the focus. Oh. 8 hours would be less of an issue for me if it weren't for all the travel time involved. Like I did 8 hours at the call center, but it was... I had to catch the bus to get there at 6:30, and then I'd get home at 6:30 on the return trip. Absolutely. We've done so many things to make things unpleasant, though. Honestly, I think the best thing we could do would do the universal basic income thing. It's like, yeah. It's amazing how much work we've put into just screwing up life, kind of in general. It's like, how miserable can we make people? Of course, there was... This is way back when I was... Whoa. Oh, fuck those radishes. I don't even know what they're about. One thing that was kind of interesting to me is... Yeah, I'm functioning okay, despite my weird brain. But I mean, whatever... Shit. Whatever my malfunction is, it's completely undiagnosed. It's like I haven't seen a doctor or shrink or anything. So... I mean, the last time I talked to one was in the wake of a breakup. And I was also describing some of the things I was dealing with at work. And how a previous job had ended. And she said, the way you're reacting to things sounds kind of like you have mild PTSD. Like, are you fucking serious? I couldn't believe that at the time. Whoa. Well, I mean, it's where I get a lot of my imposter syndrome. I mean, I genuinely think I'm bad at basically everything I do, even when there are demonstrable results that I'm not. Like, there were so many times at the call center, I'm like, oh my god, I'm terrible at this. How have they not fired me yet? Even though my handle time was like 6 minutes. And QA kept saying, or quality control kept saying, oh, you're great at this. And like, I just... Yeah. Well, that is the big problem. The last one I saw was somebody working for the college. Oh, man. Like, I don't even know if she was licensed to do anything. She was just some kind of vague counselor. But, hey, what's down here? Oh, shit, it's one of those red doors. Yeah, like, I constantly have this reaction where, anytime there's something that someone has clearly fucked up, or like an actual possible criminal act, I think, oh man, it must be my fault somehow. And it's like, and I know it's completely irrational and usually wrong, and I'm going the wrong way, so that's awesome. But like, it's this constant invasive thought where my brain's just going, oh man, this is probably your fault, or at the very least, you'll be blamed for it. It's like, seriously, brain, shut up. Well, and a part of it is kind of justified because of one particular incident where I really hadn't done anything wrong, but there were all these signs that someone, someone was definitely looking into something, and then people did try to blame it on me, and I'm like, this is literally the thing I'm freaking out about. Great, guys. Great job. I mean, it could be a lot of things, but it's hard to self-diagnose because you can go to the library and get a copy of the DSM-5, and when you read it, when you read how they diagnose certain things, you start going, oh man, this and this and this applies to me, and after a while, you've managed to diagnose yourself with nearly every possible mental condition. And then you turn to the page on hypochondria, because that certainly sounds like what you have, and what do you know, you have that too. And, it's framed as a joke, but this is an actual experience I had. So it's why I stopped borrowing that book from the library. Yeah, I'm not really familiar in general with what your specifically what your issues are. I mean, I'm kind of aware of some of them. Yeah, that one's always fun to cope with, especially because you can't explain it to people who don't get it. It's, well, what do you have to be depressed about? It's like, well, there's more going on than that. Okay, so there should be an inn around here, and I have... So there's the ruins. Okay, I'm gonna go back out to Zwaardrust itself. I know I should be fighting mobs to grind up XP, but I at least want to hit the inn so I can use it as a... use it for zoom. AKA my magical fast travel spell. Maybe someday I should sit down and write and try to explain all my nonsense to myself. Oh. Well. I'll be completely serious here and say I hope you don't follow through on any of that. I mean, there are certainly days where I just say, you know, what if I just weren't around anymore? But I know that would be upsetting to, like, my parents and at least one of my sisters. Plus, I do have a niece who's pretty cool. And, she's like 6 or 7, and she finds horror movies funny, and I kind of love it. So I'm making it a point that next time I visit, we're going to show her, like, Poltergeist. Oh, hey, Quest. I'm in. Yeah. Well, I mean it, you know. You're good company. You're a decent person. Oh, it's one of these. Okay, yeah, I do not know how to do that particular power. Oh, thanks. Oh, yeah? I do think they did a good job with some of the, well, most of the actual texture work, although some of it does get a little repetitive in places. Oh, hey, a book. Man, if I had answers for anything. Okay. Sorry, I'm just skipping past all the lore here, but I'm mostly trying to find books that'll teach me how to make things. Whee! One thing that's always interesting, and this is an every RPG thing, is the... Oh, good, smithing with steel. Oh, sweet. And this is like every RPG. You'll have these cities, and there's only X number of houses, even though the city should be like lots and lots of people. And I've never seen an RPG that had its scale really matched like that. Like, I mean, this area is fine. It's just an inn and a small farm. No big deal, but like when we were in even Cobblestone, you've got all these people, and I think most of them are homeless. But I mean, overall, I mean, the buildings themselves, you know, you've got a somewhat irregular shape here, which I like. You've got this balcony running around most of it. Yeah, Elder Scrolls has fairly large-sized towns, but I often feel that they don't quite match their scale up right. Okay, I know that there's a... Oh wait, that's a bell, not a bonfire. God, if I weren't such a silly git. You know, I've played a fair bit of Skyrim, and I absolutely should like it. It is so many things that I enjoy. But something about the overall execution just leaves me bored. It's like, okay, it's basically Norway Simulator. You've got dragons, you can shoot fire out of your hands. Well, that's fair. I would like to see a decent sci-fi type game. You know, something cyberpunk come out, and I know there's one on the way. But I really miss that genre, and I guess it's kind of underrepresented now because cyberpunk is just what we call real life. I mean, we haven't gone full Neuromancer yet, but a lot of the more awful ideas outpaced the fiction. I think that's fascinating and absolutely terrifying. The dumb shit we've done and not really thought about. I mean, fantasy still does pull me in, but for some reason Skyrim's whole open world thing, and just the edges around it always kind of bug me. Like, this is just one of those weird leaky abstraction things, maybe. The last time I played as a thief. Sneak around, steal people's shit. Because why not? Now, if I'm in the west side of the map, and I steal somebody's sword, or whatever,